Okay, so I am on to my next project, which is D-Day at Peleliu. A couple things. I'm not going to go over rules and unless we come across rules that we need. But what I wanted to show you is there is this flip book that you can get on BGG. Definitely recommend very strongly to get this. It helps a lot of things. So as you're going through, exactly what you need to do. So it works out pretty easily. But what we're going to do first here is so I've got it all set up. Everything's ready to go here. And we need to do, the first turn is going to be really short because there's not much you do on the first turn. It makes it quite easy to get through the first turn because you skip this, and really this. So we do a bombardment card. So there's quite a few things we've got to do first on the first turn, and there's not much, actually, it's just different things to work on as we go through this. And I had it listed here. Okay. Okay, so basically I set up, we have our depth markers here, we have reserve Japanese here. As these letters come in over here, I'll talk about them. Mainly what's really going to focus on is this area right here. We've got the units coming in. We have our 3 amphibious, so these will be coming in on turn 2. I've already got it here, so it will be pretty easy to go through. So one thing I do need to do to start off is we have to do a pre-invasion bombardment. So I'm going to draw one action card. So the action cards are up here. So I'm going to draw one, and as you can see, it's purple, blue, and green. And we don't need to worry about the color or the letters in the colors right now, so that's not it. So we're going to put this down here, and let's see. I'm going to zoom it in, and let's see how well this works. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to find out which of these amphibious ones get hit. Now, the one nice thing is they can only take one hit from these range, or actually, this is the bombardment. So I get to disrupt all the purples, all the blues, and all the greens. So that will help. So what we're going to do is we're going to place disrupt marker in positions that match these 3 colors. So this is a disrupted marker. Come on, there we go. This is a Japanese disrupted marker. So they are going to go on all the purple. So that one. Blue, that one, and green, and that's all of them. So we have a purple over here, so I'm going to have to do that. And, oh, yeah, so, and then you really need to put them on all of them. So just to make sure, because it may be a while before they actually become undisrupted. Okay, so purple, blue, and green. So I'm just going to put this up here. And the nice thing is they have the card phases up here in the phases. So I'm just going to put this up here. We're going to be doing this right here. So, well, let's get a couple more disrupted markers going here. That one's going to get disrupted. This one is. That one is. That one is. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Purple, that one. Okay, of course I don't put any in that are in the boxes that are in the colors. Oh, excuse me. So we've got that. I think I got pretty much all of them. Yeah. Okay, so that's the pre-bombardment check. And then that's basically it at this point. So now we're going to skip the first. We're actually going to skip these. Let me put this up here. So we're going to skip these two sets right here. So we're going to skip the amphibious. We're going to do that. And we're just going to draw. So I just have this up here. So what we need to do now is we're going to pull another card. Okay, so this will be yellow, red, or orange, however you want to call it, and brown. And then the triangle, we'll get to in a minute. So let's move these down here. And then we go here. Okay, so there we go. I think that's better. Now, the interesting thing is we don't have any of the colors here that were bombarded that are currently disrupted are on this one at all. Okay, hopefully that cleared that out. I'm sorry for the throat clearing. I don't know what it is. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to look for yellows. So this yellow here. So yellow first. So this yellow right here, and you can see the surrounding goes into right here, which is not a. Let's move this down just so you can see. So this is, see how this is like a little square boxes? Or it's not a full circle like this. So that's what you do when you have that. Then you check for the card, and you see the card has a triangle. So this is going to take a hit. So you just flip it over. And since it is not, you don't know what it is, it's not revealed, it also gets disrupted as well. Now, I'll probably forget this throughout the game, but hopefully I won't. So that is yellow there. So we got to do all the yellows first. So yellow, we got another yellow over here. So this yellow, now this one's automatically, see it's solid. So this one just gets flipped. Anyways. And it also gets disrupted. Okay, there are no other yellows. Okay, so red. This one does not even have red in it, so this red's not a problem. And this red, there's a red over here that's not a problem either. So we're good there. And so then we have brown, which this one affects here. So that one, brown right here. This also affects here. It's going to go there. So this one also gets disrupted. Now, this goes in the Japanese fire event phase. Here's the thing, which is good, not good. At the end of the Japanese fire event, you check to remove disruptions, and any of them that have that colors there become undisrupted. The interesting thing is our pre-bombardment had none of those colors at all. It was purple, blue, green. This is yellow, red, brown. So what I can do is there are some yellows here. And what they are the tanks. So if I move over here, and I'm sorry about the glare. So that's a yellow. So that gun gets removed. Red also gets removed. Oop. So those tanks are actually undisrupted now. The purple, green, and blue, well, that didn't happen. That card says so. And trust me, pulling these cards up you start, once the game really gets going, you're like, not this, not color, not that color, not that color, not color. Damn it, it's that color. It'll get going. So with that, so we skip the second activation phase. We skip the HQ phase, and then I have the US action phase. Now, I get 2 events. You can take 2 actions. Now, there's a way to get free actions. None with these. Now, the free actions, so I put up here, these are my 2 actions. So that way, just to remind myself if I've taken them or not. Free action, actually, if you get a free action, you can do free actions for certain things. Moving disrupt markers is how you get the free actions. So all of these will use free actions to become undisrupted. And if you notice, every single one of them got hit. Every single one of them got hit. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Don't like that light bulb being there. Okay, anyways, but that was, each thing can only do an action once. So I like to rotate these. Now this run really doesn't matter. So I like to rotate them though, to show that I've used them. And when you start getting all these other ones going through, that's basically it. So now, end of turn. Nothing left to do at the end of turn, because the end of turn... Yep. That's the end of the first turn. So, at that point, turn 1's over with. We take our cards. Scoot this back up a little bit. We take both our cards. We just discard them. And then we are done. We move to the turn here. I think I'll do the first 2 turns, because that was not much. And then I'm going to do this turn as well. So I'm going to do a second turn. This is where it starts to get interesting. So we do have the US amphibious options. So I'm going to use this card right here as an example. So you pull 1 card for each one of these landing areas, and you start from left to go to right. So if you notice, there's a purple triangle. So, and then it's a drift lift. So if it takes a hit, so if your triangle unit goes into an area, so like in this case, this one right here. So if your triangle area goes into one with a purple dot, it could take a hit, but it also drifts left. So in this case, it drifts this way. So just going with this one, so if this was this card, everything would drift left. So the circle would there. This one would end up, instead of here, it would end up here. Now the nice thing is there's no purple there, so it won't take the hit. So it makes it pretty easy to go through. So what we're going to do is, and I think I'll do it this way because I think this is a good way to do it, is I'll pull the card and I'll put it right here so you can see it. So this is the amphibious phase for turn 2. First one, brown circle. Now, we'll see how it works out. Drift left. Okay, well, yes, this is not going to be good because this one is going to drift left 1. It's a circle. It's going into the brown, so it does take a hit. And again, it will be disrupted. Oh, so let me twist these units back here. Okay. So it will be disrupted. Now, the nice thing is I can use my free action, a free action to undisrupt it, but that's it for that unit then. So that one's going to go there. And if you're wondering about stacking, it's 2 units. Period. So that one will go there, and then this one will go here. That's the first one. Next one is brown circle, but no drift. So I'll just move it here. So this one, there, circle unit, any brown? Nope, goes there. Pretty easy. Okay, blue circle, there's no blue at all. And drift right, though. So there's no blue at all. This will go here. This one will go here. And this one will go here. Pretty easy. Green triangle. Drift to the right. Problem. Drifting to the right. Going into it. And flip. That will go there. That one will go there. Orange diamond or yellow diamond, drift right. This actually works out. So I gotta get back over here. So I have to drift right. So here's the diamond. It goes here, nothing. So then all these guys will go here and here. When I was playing my learning game, oops. I actually was only playing the first scenario, which is what I'll do. I'll just play the first scenario. It's easier that way. Anyways, these got so built up, and to win the first scenario, you have to have all positions, Japanese positions that fire onto the beach hexes, the landing hexes, covered to win. These I didn't even break, and they all had depth markers, which once we get to depth markers, it will make it harder. You'll see that as we go through. So, okay, now let's get back to this. So our landings are done, but what we need to do is once the landing is done, I need to place the new units so that go in here from turn 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So hold on. Now, as you can see, I've got them all lined up for the next turn. Okay. So now we have our first event phase. If you see, it's just pretty easy. So first event phase as we come here. So turn to place a hero marker on any US unit. Add a Japanese depth marker to one Japanese unit. This is actually not a bad thing. Hero markers are great. They give you a little bit more. They give you, if you're missing a weapon, once we get to it, I will show you. But also, there's a couple extra different things. So where do I want to put this? I think I can put it with any unit. So I think I'm just going to put it right here with this. Yeah, with this. So I'm going to attach it to the I-35. So it's going to be attached to the I-35. Now, it also said put a depth marker, so we just randomly draw a depth marker, and put it on there. There's priorities of how you put it. The priority, let's see, where's depth marker priority? It's close combat. I know what it is, but I want to go through it. Okay, so closest to the US unit. So place beneath a non-take unit with in communication and not in counterattack mode, which we'll go through. Now, okay, so which one of these is the closest? And so it's going to be this one and this one because they're adjacent. So then it goes to the lowest ID number, then the lowest letter. So number, that's a 6, and that's a 9. So this one's going to get it. So we randomly draw from up here. Don't know what it is. It does make my life harder. And it goes right into there. Oh, sorry. So if you know, I just put it in there, put it underneath. We are good to go there. So that is, excuse me. So that is the depth marker put in. Now, next phase is is we do a fire event card. Okay, fire checks. So we have blue, green, and brown. Again, don't have to worry about... I'll have to take a look at that real quick. But you really don't have to worry about the letters. So we're just going to put this right here. It's not going to matter because it would be if it was firing armor bonus. So, which I believe are like that one right up here. If you see this little brown unit or this little gray, zoom it in here a little bit better so you can see it. So if you pull this one in right here, so yeah. Okay, so so the colors are blue, disrupted, can't do anything. This one is also disrupted, although there's nothing there, so that one would have been a problem. So blue, no problem. Green, disrupted, no problem. Brown, on the other hand, definitely has a unit here. So let's go out here. Let's see here. There we go. I'm using this arm thing, and I thought it was long enough, but obviously it isn't. I think I need to play around with it a little bit. Anyways, it works. So brown. So with that, now it can fire into any of its fire zones. So that's any of these. Now there's only one. Oh, crud. I know what that is now. Do I want to exchange it out? No, it is what it is. It was going to happen soon. It was going to happen next anyways. Now, its closest unit, so that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Next goes to the highest level. So let's take a look at the priority. Okay. Okay, so US units of every type and symbol targets loses a step. By unrevealed, okay. Okay, so what about the priority? Japanese. Okay. Oh, with the armor, it may actually hit armor. Oh, okay. So this one, don't need to worry about that. Fire. There's always a priority, and I just can't find the priority for it. Let me look it up. Hold on. Okay, so the priority is it's the most steps, and if they're the same, then I get to choose. So I could use, and actually in this case, Layden here, my hero, he is going to perform a sacrifice. Basically, he's going to take the hit, so nobody else does. I used to save them, but I learned that you actually do get quite a few of them. And with that one. And I actually kind of went out of order because I forgot about this brown unit over here. So this one, oh, so yeah, that's sacrifice. So that does not take a, so this brown one does, and it will go here because this is the newest one. So this one gets flipped and it becomes disrupted. Okay, so, but now with this one, since we're at the end of the fire phase, so the blue and the greens, they become undisrupted. So we will take all the blue and the greens out again. They become undisrupted. Purple is still disrupted though. By the way, I do recommend sleeving your cards for these because you do shuffle them a lot. Especially once you start getting into close combat, you shuffle them quite a bit. Okay. That looks like it. Okay, cool. Okay, so second event phase, nope. Turns 1 through 4, you don't do a second event. HQ, skip on turns 1 through 7, so it starts with state 8. US actions. So, in this case, what I'm going to do is I will take all my disrupted. So that'll be a free action. So I will turn them sideways so I know that they are done. And this one right here, that was their free action. Now, I can do a couple different things. So I get 2 actions per turn. Now, what I want to do with this is I can move. And there's a couple of different moves that I can do. Okay, so let me get through. Flip. Okay, wait, Q phase. Okay, so I can't do any free movement. Oh, yeah, I can. I can do a preservation move. So it's an infantry unit. Begins in the landing hex, which are the arrow hexes. Cannot be an infiltration move, which I will give the definition for that. And cannot enter an enemy occupied hex. Move 1 hex into another hex other than landing beach hex. Now, we pull through this flip chart that I'm using makes it so much easier to do. Okay. Preservation move 14. If you're moving a U.S. infantry or engineer unit from an hex adjacent to and in the field of fire of an occupied non-disrupt Japanese position to a hex that is also adjacent to and in the field of fire of the same position, the U.S. units attempting to infiltrate. Okay, so let's take a look here. So it can't be an infiltration movement. So that's a preservation move. So really you're looking at it's not too many actually. Disrupted, that's a problem. Oh, disrupted. That's been moved already. Okay. Problem is I've got a lot of these here that are an issue. And I don't like being doubled up at all. I think I can move this one here. That's a preservation move. Okay, I think what I need to do is I need to do one of my actions here. And I'm going to call this guy. Actually, I'm going to take it and just put it right here. I'm going to put it on top here. But this guy is going to attack this guy here. So how does that work? It's pretty easy. I just have to. So what you're going to do is you're going to reveal the unit. So he is going to reveal here. Okay, so you see let's zoom this in. Let's go down to the action here. Okay, so we have MO, which it stands for mortar. Now, I have a full strength infantry, and a full strength does include mortar. So that's good. So that's going to cover there. So I do have all the weapons needed, and then this is the strength. So is the attack strength is at least double? Yes, this is at least double. So what happens is if it's doubled and there's a unit alone, Japanese is defeated. So this one goes over to this unit right there. Now, if it's a solid color, kind of like the backs of these, it would actually go into the reserves unit. Those are elite units. These are not. These are just regular units. So that takes care of that. So I'm going to put this guy in here. Now, what that does is that definitely helps me because I can do a preservation move here. Do that. Preservation move here. Preservation move. Oh, I can't do a preservation move there. I'm going to have some real issues here soon. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use my other action here to move this guy. And he is actually going to move into here. So if we move into a unit, because we're going to do some close combat actions real fast here. Okay. Oh, okay, so I can't do that. Dang it. I wanted to do that, but you have to move into a revealed place. That does not help. Now the next thing is I can adjust these so we don't have too much of an issue. So hopefully. So but maybe what I do is I take and yeah. Why don't we do it this way? Why don't we take this and then we will attack this one as an infantry. So this will be my other attack. So first thing we do is we flip over. Okay, so this one we have an FL and a BZ, which is flanking and bazooka. Now, flanking cannot be like, I could say, oh, this one's going to come in with it too. No, it'd have to be like right there or right there or right there, but it cannot be the two hexes next to it. But what does that do? So, one is it's going to do some good revealing. Okay. So, do we have all the weapons? No. Is it at least this? Okay. Is it at least double? Yes. Japanese with unit and unrevealed depth marker is disrupted. So that actually disrupts that one, which is nice. So this one is disrupted now. And that takes care of that one. Well, that's that. Okay. So this is, we're in a little bit of a quagmire. Because if I have, I'll have to look at it when we get to that point. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it when we get to that point. I moved some things up. These would be fine. This one, I think, should be fine. So we're going to move this to this side here. This one, we're at least going to put it as like a no drift thing. And this one, I think we'll do this way instead. That way, it's not a problem. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay, so they're laid out now for not a problem. That was the action phase. I've disrupted some. I've taken my 2 US actions, and that is actually the end of turn 2. So you got to kind of see how that works. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So at the end, let's zoom back out here and let's go out this way. I had to tighten that up just a little bit. So at the end of the turn, we take all these cards. We will put them in the discard. I will then take and straighten up all my units down here. So we'll take that action, taken marker off. That action, taken marker off as well. Okay, this one's going to be flipped this way. I think this one right. I think there's one right. Yep. So that'll be flipped around as well. Those two will be flipped around as well. And I think that's good. So no close combat. No overstacking as of right now. Infantry. Okay. So if you notice this one right here. Oops, sorry. If you notice this one right here, that is an infantry HQ. Those are really, really helpful, but they do count against the stacking limits. Trust me. These are really, really helpful, but they do count against the stacking limits. So we got to be careful with that. But we're gonna be good. Okay, here. I think we'll be okay. We'll see how. Hopefully this one does not go that way, because if it's overstacking, eliminate units unless the limits are met. So yeah, I really, really hope. You know what? We're gonna switch this around here like that. That way, just in case that HQ has to go, it's just the HQ that gets. Although I'd hate to lose an HQ, but these heavy weapons are really, really good. Now, and at that point, we are on to turn 3. So let's go ahead and switch it, and I will stop the recording here. They'll definitely get a lot longer than this. So, and I will talk to you guys later. If you do see anything that I did wrong, please make a comment. I'm not going to record. I will let this get uploaded and let it go for a day or two. And if you see something I did wrong or question something I did, please put it in the comments, and I will try to either answer it, or if I need to correct it, I will correct it. Okay, talk to you later.